This coop was built in spring of 2024, so I have now used it for 2 chicken keeping seasons. I took a lot of inspiration from other creators online when I decided on the design for my coop. One of the main things that I decided early on was that I wanted a mobile coop so that I could have the freedom to move my chickens around the property as needed. This coop was built on a 6x12 flatbed that I got for an absolutely smoking deal. It's split into 2 sections, the inside coop portion and the outside run portion. Each section has its own man door, and then the run portion also has 2 additional access doors.
I don't know what possessed me to make the door open this way. It can't even fold flat back against the coop, so it kind of swings around in the wind, which has damaged the hinges over time. This used to be a main door that I'd let the chickens come in and out of, but I don't use it like that so much anymore because of the way that the door just swings in the wind. So what I have done in the past is I just kind of prop it open with a stick. And use that to keep the door open, but it's not ideal, and I really want to flip it around, so that is on my short list of to-do projects. I originally intended to use these wheel well areas as places to put feeder and water on top of, and I did do that last year, but I've changed things around a bit now, so now the wheel wells mostly just collect poop. But I have been using this door as a main entrance and exit for the chickens this winter, and it's a lot more convenient because I can just clip it back, unlike that larger man door in the back.
The outside run is also where I keep the feeder and waterer. The feed hangs so that it doesn't tip when the coop gets moved around, and the water bucket is on a hook because the chickens were knocking it over. The run is enclosed with half-inch by half-inch hardware cloth, which will keep predators out, unlike chicken wire. Another thing on my to-do list is to paint the hardware cloth black so I can see through better. The chicken access door between the sections is just a hole right now, but in theory, I'd love an automatic door.
I added roosts in this outdoor portion of the coop. I added one back there, and then there's a broom handle right there, just because I thought it would give them more places to be during the winter when they're less wanting to roam around and scratch around in the ground. But I think I'm actually going to take them out because the chickens are trying to roost there overnight, and that's become a problem because they need to go inside when it's this cold.
The other thing that you'll notice about the outside run is the wire floor. This makes cleaning so easy because the poop just falls through. Yeah, a little bit gets stuck on the framing as you can see here, but it's really not that big of a deal. It's easy to keep clean, and I just moved the coop to a new spot. Okay, moving on to the inside portion of the coop. The main features here are the roosting bars, the oyster shell dispenser, and the nest boxes. If you're anything like me, which you probably are because you're watching this video, I know that you've seen this hack on social media, but this is a great hack and I definitely recommend it, is using these joist hangers to hang your roost. They allow the 2x4s to just pop in and out really easy for cleaning. And bonus hack, if it gets really cold where you live in the winter and you can't necessarily wash off your roosts, you can just pop them out and flip them over and go twice as long between cleanings. For my nest boxes, I just bought prefab metal boxes that are pretty easy to clean, and inside the boxes I like to use the nesting box pads. I try to use just loose straw or hay, and the chickens kicked it out all the time, so instead I like these pads because it keeps it together better. They do still manage to mess it up and take it out eventually, but it lasts a lot longer than loose straw or hay. For ventilation in the coop, I have 2 windows, this big one that I absolutely love, and then a smaller one that's actually from an RV. But of course it's winter now and way too cold to keep windows open, so this roof design is perfect for ventilation in the winter. It allows the air to be exchanged, but no cold drops on the chickens. In the summer, the wire floor also obviously helps with the ventilation in there, but for the winter, what I do is cover the floor with mats and then put down substrate. I use sawdust purely because that's what I have available for very cheap. One last little design feature about this section is if you use this kind of latch for your chicken coop, you need this string. If you know, you know. So now that we've toured the whole coop, I want to go over things that I would like to change or that I would do differently, and then the things that I absolutely love about the coop. As far as what I would change, this is what it looks like when I collect eggs every day.
It would be nice not to have to climb in and out of here every day.
The original design included an egg access door, which is still in the works.
Another thing I need to figure out how to add is a dust bath, because I did have issues not having a dust bath last year, and I kind of just put together a makeshift one after I had a mite issue last year. But I want to get ahead of that problem this year, so I need to put something in sooner than later.
The next thing I would change is blocking off the top of the nest boxes so that the chickens can't try to roost there. I threw this together just last second, but it's not very pretty. And this is just a maintenance issue, but I have a couple spots where the coop is no longer predator proof that need to be patched. The last negative thing I have to say about the coop is not really something that I would change or could do differently. It's just unfortunately a con of having it be mobile, which is that the chickens like to roost on the axle. This isn't really a problem for adult chickens, but when I'm training new young chicks in the summer to go into the coop at night, they often will go on the axle instead, and it's a pain in the butt to get them out of there and to go inside. Okay, that covers my dislikes about the coop, so now I want to go over everything that I absolutely love about the coop. The first thing is this window. It's just so simple and easy to open and close. The next thing is the wire floor. It just makes cleaning so easy, especially in the summer when I'm moving the coop all the time. The joist hangers are another favorite of mine. It makes cleaning the roosts so easy. But my number one favorite thing about the coop is that it's mobile and I can move it around wherever I want, when I want. The flexibility of being able to move it is just a game changer for me.
All right, I think that pretty much covers it for the tour of my coop. I hope I was able to maybe give you some ideas, things you might want to do like me or not do like me, either way. Hopefully it gave you some inspiration. Pro tip, if you have any desire to film yourself with your birds, I don't recommend getting geese. Case in point. Geese. 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 Bring geese. Thank you, geese.